Have you ever noticed how calisthenic athletes always look insanely lean? Not just muscular, lean. Visible abs, defined shoulders, veins in their arms, and somehow they always stay lean year round. Meanwhile, a lot of gym lifters are strong, but they don't always have that athletic look. So what's going on here? So is calisthenics secretly the best way to burn fat? Do bodyweight exercises magically shred you? Because when you look into it, the real reason why calisthenic athletes are lean has less to do with fat burning workouts and more to do with how the sport works itself. And once you understand that, everything starts to make sense. The first reason calisthenic athletes are lean is simple. In calisthenics, your body is the weight. That changes everything. If a powerlifter gains 10 kilograms, it might actually help them lift more weight. But if a calisthenic athlete gains 10 kilograms of fat, suddenly every movement becomes a lot harder. Pull-ups get harder, muscle-ups get slower, front levers become harder to hold, planche progress starts to stall. In calisthenics, being lean isn't just about aesthetics, it directly improves performance. Think about gymnastics for a second. Elite gymnasts aren't lean because they're trying to look good for the beach. They're lean because that excess body fat literally works against them. Every extra kilo is extra resistance. That creates a built-in incentive to stay lean, relatively lean anyways, all year round. And this is completely different from bodybuilding. Bodybuilders can bulk aggressively because this sport rewards muscle size, but calisthenics rewards strength to weight ratio. That's the phrase, strength to weight ratio. Not just how strong you are, but how strong you are relative to your body weight. And that's what naturally pushes athletes to stay leaner. Another reason why Cali athletes are lean is because the sport and the training itself burns a lot of energy. People think that calisthenics is easier because there are no weights involved, but high-level calisthenics is brutally demanding. A full workout might include pull-ups, dips, push-ups, handstands, core work, static holds, skill training, and explosive movements. Unlike traditional lifting, you can see there's a lot more total movement going on. Your entire body is always stabilizing. Even basic exercises become a full body challenge. Take a pull-up. In a machine row at the gym, you sit down and you pull. But in a pull-up, your core, your grip, your shoulders, lats, and even glutes all work together to control your body in space. That means more muscles are working at the same time, which means higher energy expenditure. A lot of calisthenic athletes also train with high volume. Hundreds of reps per session isn't uncommon. Now combine that with skill practice, mobility work, explosive training, and frequent sessions. And you end up with athletes who are extremely active overall, not just during workouts, but across the entire lifestyle. Now here's something that a lot of you people don't really realize, and that is a lot of calisthenic athletes look leaner than they really are. Why? Because calisthenics builds a very specific physique: wide shoulders, big lats, developed upper chest, dense core muscles, a smaller waist, basically a strong V taper. And that builds a structure that creates illusion of extreme leanness. Why? Because bodyweight training heavily emphasizes upper body pulling and pushing, and also core control. You're constantly training your abs, serratus, obliques, lats, shoulders, and the scapular muscles. Those muscles create a sharp definition and make the muscles look more athletic. Also, calisthenic athletes usually carry less overall mass than bodybuilders, and smaller physiques often appear more defined. A 75 kg athlete with visible abs can look shredded, while a 110 kg bodybuilder might look bulky even at a lower body fat percentage. So part of the calisthenic look is real leanness, and part of it is simply how the muscle is distributed around the body. Another reason why that people think that all calisthenic athletes are very lean is because of selection bias, and that is because social media tends to show people the elite physiques. You don't see the average guy doing bodyweight squats in the park. You see the athlete doing impossible planche push-ups with veins everywhere. And honestly, a lot of the most famous calisthenic athletes influencers are genetically gifted. Some have naturally smaller waist, some store less body fat, some have amazing muscle insertions and stay lean all year round. That doesn't mean calisthenics automatically makes you look like that. There are plenty of people who do calisthenics and are not shredded at all. But because the sport is so visual, the leanest athletes rise to the top online. and the physique become a part of the entertainment. And over time, people start associating calisthenics itself with being ultra lean. Now let's be honest for a second, you can't out-train a bad diet. The reason why a Cali athlete is lean is the same reason why everyone else can be lean. They stay within a caloric balance that keeps body fat low. That's it, no magic exercise, no secret routines, nutrition. A lot of Cali athletes naturally eat lighter because being too heavy hurts performance. If your pull-ups suddenly feel terrible after gaining weight, you become very aware of your body composition. So many athletes unconsciously regulate their weight better. They might avoid overeating, stay active daily, eat high protein diet, or maintain healthier habits overall. But the fundamental principle is still energy balance. You could do calisthenics all day every day and still gain fat if you overeat consistently. And you could lift weights and get extremely lean if your nutrition is dialed in. The training style matters, but the diet is king. One of the reasons that a lot of people admire calisthenic athletes' physiques is because they look functional. The body looks like it can actually move. That's because calisthenics develops coordination, mobility, balance, relative strength, and body control. The muscles are built through movements rather than isolation, and psychologically people associate that with athleticism. An athlete hanging from a bar doing muscle-ups or holding a front lever looks incredibly impressive because the strength is very visible. You can see the body controlling itself. That creates a different visual effect than lifting a heavy barbell. Neither is better, but they're just different adaptations. Bodybuilding optimizes muscular size, powerlifting optimizes maximal strength, calisthenics optimizes relative strength and body control. And the lean aesthetic physique is basically a side effect of that specialization. So why are calisthenic athletes constantly lean? Well, there's some big reasons for that. Firstly, excess body fat directly hurts your performance. Second, the training style burns a lot of energy and involves constant movement. Third, calisthenics builds a physique that naturally looks lean and athletic. And finally, social media mainly shows the best physiques in the sport. But probably the most important point is, calisthenics doesn't magically make you shredded. The athlete who looks incredible usually combines smart training, high activity levels, consistency, and disciplined nutrition. So there's no secret. Calisthenics rewards mastery of your own body, and staying lean just makes it a lot more easier to do so. So the physique isn't for aesthetics. In many ways, it's part of the skill itself. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you support the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.